Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and it's been a while. I'm going to talk very softly because I've had a really horrific cough for the past week, and it's meant that I've basically not been able to talk for long enough to make a video. So I do apologise that I've been gone a while. It's not by choice, I assure you that. But we're back now, hopefully. This is attempt number 9 of recording videos and trying not to cough at all times. And yeah, we're going to be playing some Crimson Vow. It's sad that it is my first Crimson Vow video, but here we are. As I said, I do apologise. Hopefully you all haven't missed me too much. Anyway, today we're going to be going in with some standard best of one, with a deck that I built on day one of the set being released and planned on making a video of it. And couldn't, so here we are. It's not very good, in my opinion. I've been tweaking it as I've been going, and it's been getting better, but it's never been good. So we're going to be playing it in the casual queue today, because it's still very fun, even though it's very bad. And what is this deck all about? Well, the new card that we're going to be playing around and building around, which we shouldn't, is Hallowed Haunting. 4 mana for a enchantment. As long as you control 7 or more enchantments, creatures you control have flying and vigilance. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, create a white spirit cleric creature token with this creature's power and toughness are equal to the number of spirits you control. So basically, you can make constructs, but for enchantments in a roundabout fashion. Or I guess in this case it's constructs for spirits, but you only make them by casting enchantments, so you know, it is what it is. So that's going to be what we're going to be doing. We're going to be trying to play as many enchantments as possible once we've got the Hallowed Haunting down. So we've got 4 of those, and we've also got 3 copies of Moonblessed Cleric, which is a 3 mana 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, you can search your library for an enchantment card and put that card on top. Usually I hate any card that says get a card and put it on top, because it's so easily shuffled away. But this deck is bad, and therefore we have to resort to bad things to make it better. So that's what we're going to be doing there. We've also got Catilda Dawnheart Martyr, 3 mana star Spirit Warlock, RIP. Flying lifelink and protection from vampires. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of permanents you control that are spirits or enchantments, so it directly helps out our deck. It also has Disturb for 5, which allows you to create an enchantment, a legendary enchantment aura, that gives Catilda's abilities to a creature of your choice, which is kind of cool. And yeah, I guess that's mostly all I need to really talk about. We got a lot of removal in here. We got Circle of Confinement, Borrowed Time, and Doomscar, because we just need to delay until we get Hallowed Haunting down. And any of the creatures that we're producing off of Hallowed Haunting don't really matter if we're dead. So, you know, sweeping the board is okay. We can, you know, create more tokens later kind of thing. But yeah, I'm not going to keep talking because I feel like there's a cough coming on. And I want to keep it a little bit short and sweet today so that we can ease ourselves back into content creation. But yeah, glad to be back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, I would really appreciate it, especially considering I've taken a week off and that's a massive no-no by YouTube standards. I'd really appreciate if you hit that like button and leave a comment down below, and also hit the bell icon, and anything else you could do to support the channel, I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, hope you enjoyed today's video. This video is brought to you by the generous support of our wonderful patrons and channel members that you see here. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to cool content like sneak peeks, bonus videos, polls on future content, or access to a personal deck critique from myself every month, then hit the join button down below, or check out the Patreon link in the description. With all that said, let's get into the gameplay. Okay, on the draw, we've got Control Hate, Creature Hate, Anything Hate. We'll take this one, I guess. Looks like we're going to need that Creature Hate. Alright. It's green-white. Really thought it was just going to be more mono-green. Well, the Innkeeper itself isn't really an issue. Although I could get Warhound value by just simply going with the Circle of Confinement here. But I don't know that's necessarily the right thing to do. Let's just get a 3-1 that we will not be blocking with. Cleric class. So it's a life gain deck then. Yeah, got it. So I do really want to get the Moonblessed Cleric to get me a Hallowed Haunting. So I will. Not going to be able to cast it on the same turn, but we will get it. And then we can play the Skyclave Cleric as a land, and then that's our 4th mana. Maybe just like chain Hallowed Hauntings together. Might be the plan. Trelisara. The deck makes sense. Though I would have probably easily assumed Trelisara was doing this shenanigans anyway. Alright, let's go land Cleric. Get another Hallowed Haunting, I guess. I feel like I'm not going to care about Trelisara when I'm pumping out spirits. I can get him for 3 here. I do want to keep them like below 27. For Righteous Valkyrie reasons. Another Innkeeper, lots of life gain. Double block potential in my future. I will double block a Trelisara, and they know it. Alright. Hallowed Haunting. Number 1. Let's just pass the turn. No rush here. Can Circle of Confinement if we really hate what our opponent plays. I mean, that's it's pretty strong. Is it immediately a problem? I dare say it is, actually. Especially if they can play some of that off the treasures here, then we're certainly going to have to circle it. Yeah, I mean, the topping cards, that can never be a good sign. Ooh, Borrowed Time. So, yeah, how greedy do I want to be? It's got to be extremely greedy, right? Give me the extreme greed. Alright, we're now pumping out 2 spirits every time we play an enchantment, which we will be playing next turn. If we draw a land, we get to do Borrowed Time, Valkyrie, Circle of Confinement, Trelisara. I get 4 spirits, then this becomes, what, a 5/5? I think we can afford to take a little bit of damage, is basically what I'm getting at. And I don't really mind blocking with a Warhound. Or my Moonblessed Clerics. I imagine just Valkyrie and Trelisara get in? Wow, they just passed over. Okay, well, double Circle of Confinement's very good for us. So let's start with the Righteous Valkyrie, because it's pumping the entire team. If they've got like a Snakeskin Veil, it's nice to know. Wild Shape, sure. Let's go Circle of Confinement. We'll get the Trelisara this time. Right, and we can get in with a 5/5. Let's go. Bam. Almost got them below 27. It's not as important to get them below 27 because they can easily get back above it. But I can take them into a seriously bad position if I get the borrowed time to resolve on Righteous Valkyrie here, because they're going to be getting hit with 7/7s, and they get the -2/2 removed from their creatures. So while the Trelisara can eat some of my spirits, the rest get through and deal a lot of damage. That's the hope, at least. They tapped out, so that is the reality, right? Playing a land here is not going to do anything for me. Oh, sorry. The land for the Warhound's not going to do anything for me. And they decide they can't keep up, which I think is a fair assessment. Pretty sweet. Alright, on to the next one. Alrighty then, we're in on the play, which makes these Warhounds a little worse, but yeah, we're going to keep this. Cave of the Frost Dragon to lead. And see where we go. Rockfall Vale. Alright. Let's go Loyal Warhound. Got him. Excuse me, I'm getting the frog. Oh, it's pissed. It's gone. Alright. Excuse me. Let's just Circle of Confinement the Werewolf Pack Leader, because it's a pretty good card. Looks like we're up against Gruul Wolves. Who knows, I might regret hitting that over something like Torvalar or Reckless Stormseeker, for example. But our opponent's willing to trade off with it, so works for me. There's no way you ever get me a land, right? Yeah, there's no Urza Saga. Alright, fair enough. I like the idea of going Catilda here. Because our opponent plays a land, we get to go Warhound and get a land. May put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If it's a wolf or a werewolf, untap Howl Piper. Activate only as a sorcery. That's rude. Alright, well, we did get our land drop from the Warhound, so that's pretty good. So I can't really name anything with Curse of Silence that the Piper can't just cheat into play, so I guess we'll just name like Tolvalar or whatever his name is. Is it Torvalar? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, is it Dire Overlord? I think it's that one. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking. Alright, and then hit you for 3. Get Felidar Retreats down now as well, or we could go with the Moonblessed Cleric. I guess if we draw a land, I'll go Retreat. Yeah, part of me wanted to name the Huntmaster, because it's the most expensive one, but like, yeah, they just cheat in, it doesn't really matter, it gets around Curse of Silence anyway. Let's say no blocks. Good lord. I guess we lose. Oh, we did get the land for Felidar Retreat. I guess I'm making a 2/2 here and swinging for 4. We've got the Brutal Cathar now, which can get rid of Catilda. So it's protection from vampires, not humans. Another Piper. How is this the first time I'm seeing this card? It seems pretty stupid. Seems pretty stupidly strong. Yeah, I'm just gonna move on, because I'm in hell. On to the next game. Alrighty, we're in. First time seeing Doomscar after 9,000 games of playing this deck. And on the play, which is another first as well. It's the day of many firsts. We are going to consistently make our land drops, I think. Play that as a land. I can always Circle of Confinement something, so I'm happy to get this card for Told. Game's very laggy today. Don't know if I've already said that. The game is not happy about playing the game. Ooh, okay. That's an interesting one. So Clerical Life's Bond does grow rather massive. We're playing against Clerics, it looks like, which has Skyclave Apparitions in it to get rid of the Hallowed Haunting. Something to note. And the Circle of Confinement could also be hit with it. I think I'm just going to go Moonbless Cleric and get a Hallowed Haunting, honestly, because Cleric can't go above 3/3 this turn. And if they want to use Skyclave Apparition to get rid of the Moonbless Cleric to hit me for 3, then that's one less card that can take care of the Hallowed Haunting. That could actually make it a 4/4. Okay. Stand corrected. But you know what? That's what Circle of Confinement's for. Alright. They're very unlikely to have protection spells. Now, the greed play here is, do they have Skyclave Apparition? Because I would much prefer them hit Circle of Confinement, probably, than Hallowed Haunting. But I do have a spare, so there is that. I think if I do this line, then I have Doomscar available. If they do go for the Hallowed Haunting, I get 4/4 out of it. I could always Doomscar now as well, which is completely fine. Because this is a lot of damage. I think I'd be okay with the Doomscar. Allows me to make my land up to 5. If I draw another land up to 6, then I get... Winning announcement. Then I get Hallowed Haunting into Circle, which no doubt they will have creatures. I am Doomscarring. I want the board clear so that Wedding Announcement looks a little bit better. Good lord, Wizards. Your game, it's functioning as intended, I imagine, but... let's see. So, let's do Wedding Announcement Circle, I think. I do want to get rid of the Marauding Blight Priest, because we don't have a good way of gaining life in our deck, outside of Sigarda's Splendor. Which is just like random, incremental life gain. Get rid of you. And then make a woman. Crippling Fear. Well, they can't necessarily get rid of everything. If they name Cleric, I get to keep my 2/2s. If they name Human, I get to keep my 1/1. So they just want to sweep the Aspirant away. They do. They name Vampire. Fair and probably correct. I'm going to go with Sigarda's Splendor, because this will allow me to actually gain a card out of it, I believe. So you're up to 6 mana, so now the Warhound gets me a land. So yeah, if I have the same or greater life total... Ooh. This is awkward. Awkward, awkward, awkward. Yeah, tough choices now. Let's just do Hallowed Haunting. We're here to Hallowed Haunt, so... Hallowed Haunt we shall. Gain a life. I'm just gonna hold my cave, because I don't really care about my opponents getting killed anytime soon. They don't really have board wipes in the deck. And now I have the Wedding Festivity. I like to play with my food, as most of you are probably aware. So as long as I don't take damage here, I get to draw 2, which makes my opponent cry and concede all by themselves. See, I don't need to kill my opponent. I'll just make them leave. It's so much easier. Alright, on to the next game. Okay. We got lands. We got Catilda. I'm going to keep this one. We're on the draw again. Always on the draw. Certainly doesn't really help us greatly to be on the draw. We'll see. Might not be the worst thing anyway. So, mono green it is. As is tradition. I'm just gonna play you as a land, play Paladin class, I think. I want to get up to Felidar Retreat on 4, and then hopefully draw some more lands. Annoying. So Curse of Silence is awkward, because it doesn't really allow me to do much if I play it. Borrowed Time can target many things here. None of them are particularly good for me. Do I get rid of the pack leader because they can draw a card off it next turn? Do I get a ranger class away because that helps them draw the card next turn? Do I get rid of the token? Think I'm just going to get rid of the pack leader. I'm not sure I care about the level 3 ranger class. The level 2 side is very annoying for sure. But I can block things with Felidar Retreat. I think I want to go Curse of Silence to get Old Growth Troll named. And then play Catilda as well. Because I get a big creature off of that. Additionally. And then we can play Felidar Retreat into a land just in case they have enchantment removal or something like that, I guess. I think Old Growth Troll's really the card I want to name. It's like a 4-of in their deck. So, that one. I don't know. I'm not sure it makes a huge difference. Tell you what will make a huge difference, if Catilda lives and doesn't get Blizzard Brawled. Which, I guess Curse of Silence could have named that, but then it would just cost 3 and they could still do it. At least with this line of play, if they do Blizzard Brawl, I gain the life, which buys me time. Then I play Felidar Retreat to get the token, and the token can get the enchantment from Catilda, short of them having that wolf that exiles things out of graveyards. Curse of Silence, okay. So, Felidar Retreat, make a token. I might just make their removal more expensive. I've already seen one of them, but... same time... I think it's probably worth doing. At least I get a redraw if they kill my creature. So here's hoping for a land, because then I can give Vigilance to my token, suit it up with Catilda, and then swing through. Ascendant Pack Leader. That's a new one. This one cares about 4 CMC creatures, or mana value. I will never stop calling it CMC. It's rude of you to assume otherwise. Right. Now it's getting a little bit spooky. But I have an 8/8. If I swing in... 4, 6, 7, 8, 9... I guess I could swing in. I don't think there's a way that they can kill me here. Primal Might rotated, which would have been one of the ways they could do it, I think. So they get to swing back, put a counter on a thing. I'm looking for a land, honestly. Land is my best draw, and it's the most common thing in my deck. Okay. What on earth is that card? Double target creature's power and toughness. 5 damage to a creature with flying. So, if I'd have held back, I'd have blocked the Innkeeper and gone to 1. If I'd have played around Choose Your Weapon. That's a card that I didn't even know existed, so no regrets there. But that, honestly, upsets me. I'm very upset now. On to the next game. Okie dokie. Ooh, double wedding announcement. On the draw, by the way. Yeah, I'm keeping this hand. I think we're just gonna ramp straight up to wedding announcement. Be quite happy with that. So, dungeon crawler. So it looks like it's, never mind. It's probably zombies. I was gonna say, is it adventures or whatever you want to call it, dungeons. But it must be blue-black zombies, judging by the pathways. I'm definitely just gonna Circle of Confinement here in order to stop hemorrhaging life. I mean, once the wedding announcements come out, then I'll be able to block the crawlers just fine, but until then, it would be nice to get enchantments out, because that actually matters, and get some of the damage off the board. Jadar. Okay, so if I play the wedding announcement, it either eats removal or it blocks the dungeon crawler. I would prefer it eat removal, because that means Catilda gets to stick around, and Catilda definitely stops her opponent from getting in. I can't remember what the Lord looks like in this this format, but looks like we're not going to need to find out. Probably going to be blocking and village rightsing, I guess. Nope, trading a 1/1. Okay. Wedding announcement's quickly going to get ahead of him on this game, though. I'm very excited about that. So we play another one. They have a Divide by 0 in their deck. Okay. So we make a 1/1. And we ask whether or not we actually block with it, because I do need creatures in play. I guess I do, because if I draw a land, I get to play Wedding Announcement plus Skyclave Cleric, and Cleric is a good blocker for these tokens, and it also gives me back a little bit of life, so I'm not going to be too concerned long term, I don't think, with the state of my creatures. There's an Abomination. It certainly is. And yeah, I guess I'm just going to go Wedding Announcement, get that down. Let's go, let's get you out as a land. Alright, 2 2/2s. So, what's the line if I draw a land? Is it play Felidar Retreat? Or is it Catilda plus Borrowed Time? I think it might be Catilda plus Borrowed Time. I am going to chump. Gotta keep in mind that I practically got that 2/2 for free. We did draw the land. Right. So. Who's more annoying? Jadar or this Abomination that I'm going to struggle to block if our opponent kills my Catilda? I guess Catilda can come back as an aura, so they have to have 2 answers to it, basically. So let's start with Borrowed Time. Oh, who is the most annoying? I'm just gonna go with the Abomination. If I get rid of the Jadar, they might have one in hand already, and then I'm just unlocking it by getting rid of it. But I'm thinking that I'm unlocking their removal here anyway. Yeah. That seemed pretty likely to occur. Very close to having 3 3s, and then these 2 2s are not a problem, but until then I probably want to start... I want to continue blocking. That's the Lord that I was thinking of. +1/+0. I think this time I will actually take the damage, because I'm going to get the wedding announcement to flip here, and then there will be 3 3s, and then we'll get rid of the Blade Stitch Scarb, I think, with a Borrowed Time. That resolved way too quickly for its own good. That's good to know. Yeah, I think I just need to gain some life here then, if everything's going to resolve. I can get in for 4, because I'm going to get a token, and then it's going to be a 3/3. Yeah, opponent definitely has a Jadar in hand. Oh yeah, we get the card draw instead of the token, because we attack with 2 creatures. I always forget that's a thing. So something to note is Divide by 0 doesn't hit tokens. So if I went with Catilda to attach to a creature, I probably actually want to make it on the token, because if they can't bounce the token with Divide by 0 essentially, so they need like a Fading Hope, but they probably don't have those. Opponents decided that's enough though, and I would somewhat agree with that. My creatures are infinitely bigger than theirs forever, and it's only a matter of time until I take control of this game. So, yep, sweet, on to next one. Alright, on the draw, as is tradition, we've got some removal, we've got 3 lands, Moonblessed Cleric. I'm going to keep it. Please be a matchup that is fun. Prismari Campus, the very definition of not fun. Borrowed Time, they could be useful, we'll see. Smoldering Egg, at least we have a target. Sigada's Splendor could be very good for us as well. Expressive Iteration for our opponent. I don't care about interacting with Smoldering Egg just yet, so I might just go with like Moonblessed Cleric to get Hallowed Haunting. Although Wedding Announcement helps me pump out threats. Yeah, I guess I'll take that. Let's make some 1/1s. I can go land Felidar Retreat, and then those 1/1s can get some counters on them later. Or I could just go with Sigada's Splendor, and they have to kind of hit me in the face with some burn spells. Thermo Alchemist definitely helps with doing that. So, definitely play my land. That's a given. Yeah, Thermo Alchemist, I think, kind of needs to die. Because it's going to hinder my ability to do anything useful. Maybe they've got Fading Hope here. Nope. I kind of think it's just Play with Fire or something like that. Or whatever the new one is. Everyone's playing the new one now. But not our opponent. Okay. So yeah, hits me for 2. So Sigada's Splendor makes you note your life total as it enters, and then on your upkeep you draw a card if your life total is greater than or equal to your life total. So you only really want to play it if you know that you're not going to like lose a lot of life immediately. Moonveil Regent for our opponent. Needs another Borrowed Time, I think. Just want to preserve my life total. What about holding both lands for Felidar Retreat? I'm going to get Wedding Announcement to give me a counter. Or actually, is it when you attack with 2? If you attack, you draw. So I'm going to play my land, I think. Because there's a good chance I just draw an extra land anyway. Hit our opponent for 1, draw a card. Right, so all my creatures now get +1/+1. Got Hallowed Retreats, number 2. But it just looks like they're playing Is It Dragons? With Thermal Alchemist because reasons. Tough call now. I don't think Sagada's Splendor is the correct play. Hallowed Retreat pumping out 2/2s could be pretty good, but I could also do the greedy long-term plan of playing Hallowed Haunting. Everything that I play here can be divided by 0 is the main issue, or countered just straight up. I kind of think this deck's moved away from hard counters though. I think it's just divide by 0s. Could be wrong about that. We're obviously in the casual queue, so anyone can do anything. They could even play a tier deck, which seems to be the case. Yeah, I'm just going to play Hallowed Haunting. YOLO. What say you? Can't just Dwari's Disruption it. Could double Dwari's Disruption it, but I'd be okay with that. It resolves. I hit you a little bit. This actually... No, this is a bad attack. Because if they've got Memory Deluge, Smoldering Egg becomes a 4/4 that can block and machine gun down my creatures. Yeah. I mean, it can machine gun down my creatures anyway. But that was bound to happen, and it's very silly of me to assume it wouldn't. In case I get Circle of Confinement, I'm going to play the land so I can Hallowed Retreat plus Circle. I have a fair few 1 and 2 drops that I could play, so... Look at that. Beautiful. Alright, I think now is maybe time to go for Sagada's Splendor. It seems like a card that our opponent really wants to deal with, and I can wait on the Hallowed Retreats until I can get immediate value from them, which is when I draw a land. Opponent lets that go. I play the Circle. They can play any spell to get rid of my Spirit Token here. Gain a little bit of life though, that's kind of the important part. So they've got the Memory Deluge to take out my token. They actually need to hit me in the face with a card. I guess they could have Fading Hope to defend the Ashmouth Dragon, but then it's reset and they've got to work on it again. Yeah, so play with fire here reduces my life total below 14. So I'm not going to be drawing extra cards with it. But I can get rid of... Get rid of the dragon here, please. Oh, this game's all kinds of broken. It's been out for a long time, Wizards. You need to hire more than 3 people and a janitor. Thundering Rebuke. And foretells a card. Alright, well, we got the Hallowed Retreat into a land. So that's pretty good. Unfortunately, the land is a tap land, so it doesn't let us play the Moonblessed Cleric, but we also get Vigilant tokens. I'm gonna make 2/2s. Beautiful. We've hit the hidden text on Hallowed Haunting. Unsummon is a card you can play in this format. Sure. Wouldst thou bless me with another land drop, Magic Le Gathering? Oh, we're at that point. I guess that was the foretold one, though. They've only had the 6 mana, so they can't do it again. They've foretold probably another one, but here we are. Alright, take some damage. The tokens don't really make too much of an impact, though, at this stage. That's a really good hit for us. So we're going to lead with Felidar Retreat, which is going to make some flying tokens, and maybe get a Soit coming out of our opponent. I really just want this Catilda to resolve, most of all. But I am playing into a Drawry's Disruption by playing it in this order. So that is something to bear in mind, but I also just have a large creature that our opponent will cry when they hopefully see it. You don't appear to be using Sadhedron, opponent. Maybe it's because Wizards keeps taking our emotes away. It's like the 5th time I've reset my emotes, and every single time they go away. Alright, that's a desperate redraw if I've ever seen one. Opponent lets me gain 11 life. Love to see it. Up to 23, we're now drawing 2 cards a turn. Thank you, opponent. Appreciate you. Oops. Indeed. I don't know what you do in this scenario except for concede out of shame. Yep. Alright. Well, this set was fun. It's really bad, though. I regret putting my wildcards into it, so I would really, really strongly suggest none of you do either. But it's a fun deck anyway, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you have, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. I've got some catching up to do on the channel, considering I've had nearly a week off of it because of horrible coughing and fevers and wonderful things like that. But yeah, stay tuned for some more videos. Hit that bell icon if you want to get notifications when those videos go live. And without further ado, I'm going to end it here. Take care and peace.